Fancy, hey? Hey, everybody. Always Dizzy here. Going to start with a puzzle streak of 42, as I always do before I play any games. I'm going to start at the 1 minute mark. Yeah. Oh, it's already been a minute. So here we go. White to move. We have a discovery on the queen. Are you excited about your tournament yet, Mr. Sai? Larson Say. I have. You'll do well. Your online rating is very high. You'll probably gain rating, and if you don't, that's fine as well. You're playing in the. You're playing in the under 2000, I think. How many games, and is it a kid? Like, how many games does he have over the board? But how many is that? I think chess.com is getting it pretty inflated, though. I think there's inflation going on there, because I set a new personal best just a few days ago, and he's got lots of games. Yeah, that's a little weird. Maybe he cheats. No, I don't know. Maybe he's just better at slower time controls. I mean, at faster time controls. Okay, so can I take the knight? Because then I recapture, so that should be good. Trying to talk and do puzzles at the same time. A challenging endeavor. There should be mate. 11. I can trade queens and then queen myself. So we have check and a check and a mate. 1, 2, 3, 13. I can play rook b1. 14. I have a discovery on the queenie. Black. Is this mate? 16. Is this mate? 17. I have a discovery on the queen. 18. I have a checkmate. 19. I can take this. And queen. 20. I have a check. And a check, but that's not going to do it. So I've got a check here. And if he goes to h3, then check is looking pretty good. That's probably going to be mate. Okay, and if he goes to g2, I can take the rook. And same here. Wait, you what? So first of all, queen h1. This is only -2. So we zigzag in. Okay, that does make sense. But what was wrong? What did I miss here? Oh, king g3. How did I miss king g3? Dang it. God dang it, Bobby. God dang it, Bobby. I've not been hitting the puzzle streaks lately. Hello, Burkani. It's a free night. And we have a mate and we have a check and then a mate here, dovetail. 10. We have a mate. 11. I have a mate in 2. 12. I have a queen. 13. I have a mate. 14. I have a mate. 15. Do I have knight h4? 16. I have a mate. 17. His rook is overloaded. Should be the correct order of things. If I take here first, then I think he can take here. 18. Black to move. I can create a passer here. I also just have a deflection though. 19. Do I have C4? 20. 5 viewers. I think I can pick up his rook after check. Or maybe not. He can just take it. No, I can still go here. I mean, that should be good. Hello, Jim. So knight g8 is looking good to me. If he runs, my queen is under attack, but I just trade. Yeah, maybe that's not quite working. Check, king d7. Check here, though. Yeah. Okay, 21. I can take this. No! I'm not thinking. Because he takes my knight. Oh, boy. I'm just so impatient. I don't want to verify anything because I'm impatient because I don't want to do the puzzles. Oh God. And I'm going to have to think here now. Overtook you? Oh, you mean right now. I have a deflection. Have a check here. And then a check here. Here, check, there, check, everywhere, check, check. It should pick up the rook. 7, 8. Have a fork and then a deflection. 9. I have a check and then a mate. Should be. 10. I'm still going too quickly. I mean, you'd think I'd learn not to go so quickly. Black, my king should be better here. 12. Black to move. Hello, Sin City. I have a mate in 1. 13. Okay, might as well look at a check. Threatening to win his queen. So he's in that. So that will win the queen. No, wait. Yeah, it should win the queen. Because then I go rook b7, 14. So I have a check picking up a rook. Is that good enough? I believe it is. 15, white to move. It should be a mate in 1 here. 16, check, and bishop f8. And then what? Then I'm taking here. 17, we are black. Oh, I just got queen e4. I didn't even, yeah. Queen e4, take this, 18. Do I have a check here? Don't think that's working. What about rook d1? Rook d1 looks good. Take that, 19. I have a check picking up his knight. Should be good. 20. So right now it's equal material. I'm actually up a pawn here, so I have a check. He can come back. I mean, he can take and then I could come back, but I'm not so sure about that. I also have a discovery on his rook. So it might just be the discovery because otherwise material is equal. He can take on g6, but being up the exchange here should be good. Yeah, I'm just actually I could take either rook. So that's interesting. No, I can only take one rook. 21. Hello, guy. These puzzles, I'm just using Lichess. You can find, where can you not find puzzles? So I have king c7, threatening b7 and threatening everything. So I'd be surprised if this isn't just winning. Now we have two choices here. I suspect this might not be correct if I go b7 because then he's on my pawn. So I think I have to give a check first. And then we have two choices again, but same deal as before. So I have to play d7. 22. I should have mate here. So check mate, and therefore, yeah, so this is kind of an epaulette mate with a rook. 23. So I don't know if I'm surviving here because my bishop does cover a7. But it's still a little scary. No, I think I'm surviving there. Yeah, and take here. 24. I have check. And then I take, and then I have mate on G1. 25. How much time? 15 minutes in, not too bad. So taking stock of everything, we're down 2 minors. We have 2 pawns for 2 minors. How do we do this? This one's tricky. I assume I take the rook. With the queen. But I'm not certain. Yeah, if he trades queens, then he still has 2 pieces under attack. The knight and the bishop, and I don't think he can defend both. And if he doesn't trade queens, I'm threatening the knight. but I'm not 100%. Yeah, so then we take. I don't like that one. 6 viewers, white to move. So I could block him from defending my queening square, which looks good to me. He can take on e5 with the knight, but he's not actually threatening anything. Just take his queen there. So I think we're just blocking and then promoting. 27, black to move. So I think I can win his rook by giving a check, and then he can no longer defend the rook anymore. And then we give a check, and then we take the rook. 28. Okay, so let's look at knight b3. But I feel that's going to be wrong. Okay, how about a check here? Even that I'm not so sure about. Let me take stock of the material difference. So I'm down the exchange. Yeah, so I'm down the exchange. You would think it's a knight. We start with a knight check, right? So if I start with knight c4, and he makes a run for it, I have a fork, but I'm already down the exchange. Could I go queen here? But he can take. So check queen d1. He can take with the queen. I can go knight b2. Right, but he just moves his queen. So that doesn't seem like we win a pawn there. A measly pawn. If I start with knight b3, I don't think it doesn't feel any better. It feels worse. But this seems not so good. I'm winning a pawn is all I can see. Not to mention what he might even have king c1 here. Yes. Okay. So let me look at knight b3, and then I don't know. I don't know this. Black to move, eh? This one's hard. No, here I mean, yeah, I can win the exchange, but who cares? I can win the exchange and a pawn. I mean, and then ultimately I'm up a pawn. No, even here I can't. Yeah, I don't think I have an answer after king c1. Maybe rook c8 is good. Maybe. Let me get this one incorrect. Yeah. Yeah, so if I start this way, then he can't, I don't think he can go to the c file. That looks far too dangerous. But then I don't have a good follow-up. That's my issue here. And I don't know what else it could be on the board. Yeah, and then if I go here, the king c1, I don't know. Yeah, it could be rook c8 there, possibly. But I don't even, like here, I'm not even sure. No, here I can take and then take the bishop. And if he runs again, then I can take and then take on d1. So there's that. I think going to the c file is pretty dangerous for him. But this, I don't understand this one because if I take here, he takes with the queen, you know? And the fork isn't that meaningful to me. I win a pawn. I win a pawn, who cares? But I've spent enough time on this. I'll look at it with the engine after if it's wrong. Yeah, I'm taking here, but I don't like this one. We just win a pawn. What a waste of my life. Am I missing something here? No, we just win a pawn. That's a crap. That's crap. What a waste. What a waste of my life. What a terrible puzzle. Oh, okay. I have a fork here, but I'm already down 3 pawns. Can I go rook e5? I don't think so. You can just take it. Yeah, I mean, there is this, but then I'm already down. I mean, I don't like that. Is this another terrible puzzle? Sorry, here first. Is this another terrible puzzle? Take. Oh, I have F4. I have F4 at the end. Okay, 30. I have a check. Now he could maybe take it with the queen, but then I'm winning the rook. Is that good enough? I don't know. Technically, I'm down material there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm buying that. But I am threatening his bishop and to push b2. Rook c1, queen c1. Rook c1, king c1. Queen e2. Yeah, bishop b7, let's say. Yeah, I think I'm picking up the bishop. I'm either picking up the bishop at the end there, or I'm giving mate. That's if he goes rook c. That's if he goes queen c1. If he doesn't go queen c1, then I'm just taking the queen. So yeah, this seems to be forced, and his bishop can't hang on. I don't like that puzzle either, though. Okay, so we have check, and then I can just take the rook. I think I'm just taking the rook. 32. Ooh, this is almost Anastasia's mate here. So let's go from behind. This would lead to mate, and he has one other move, and then this is mate. So this is just a mate in 2. All right, just a mate in 2. 33. Black to move. Material difference is we're down the exchange. We have a pawn for the exchange. Can I take here? No. Oh, we have a mate threat, so I might have knight e2. So knight e2, but I'm not threatening anything there. Right, because like he has f3. Oh, then I have bishop c5. That's only if f3, but if he doesn't play f3, what does he do? Because he has no other way to defend. Maybe knight f4, which is, yeah, but then I simply take on f4, and then I have mate threat again. So ultimately, he would have to play f3, and then I have bishop c5. So I think it is knight e2, and then bishop c5. That's underrated. I think that's underrated a little bit. Okay, black to move. It's hard for knights to capture rook pawns. So I think I'm just going to run this, but these are always hard to calculate. Yeah, these are always a pain in the ass to calculate. So check, and I just keep pushing. It's going to be hard for his knight to come in. If he comes into e2, or sorry, to e1, Then I might go to G3 and yeah, but I'm starting with the push and he goes this way and I think I want to go here so that I want to keep his knight at bay, right? So he can come in here, but I think it's going to be too late at this point. Pushing, I mean, he can still definitely be close, but I think we're going here and then I'm pushing. Okay, 35. I think I'd simply have a check and then I can pick up the queen, but I have to be careful still. So let's say he moves. Is he getting mated there? Check. If he runs, check. He comes here, and then this would be mate. So yeah, and then if he goes F6, then I have check King H6, but then I have check. Takes. I don't know. It's looking good though. And if he takes on D8, then I take again, and then I take his queen. So it should be this. Plus, I have no other realistic moves here. Yeah, so I take again, and then I take. 36. 10 viewers. Hello, viewers. Black to move. His queen is not trapped entirely. I do have a check. He can't take with a queen because it's mate. Therefore, he needs to move his king. Or he could maybe take with the pawn. But then I have a discovery because then I can take and then I have check. So his only other move here, yeah, so it is going to be knight f3. And then, yeah, I take and then bishop h3. Okay, 37. I am black, so I have a check on b1. If he comes back here, this should be mate. And if he moves the king to g1, then it's illegal, and I call the arbiter. So that one's done. 38. Can I take the knight? Am I getting mated there? Yes, I am. Thanks for the sub, AGN. I also have a check here, which makes a lot more sense. And then it's going to be mate. So this is a mate. Oh, I honestly missed that. But this should be a mate here. Rook b3 is a hook mate, or that's actually an Arabian mate. 39, black to move, material. We are down a piece, but we can grab one. So it's actually equal material. But I think I actually have a mate here. Check, and then mate. So mate is always good. 40, we are white. I have a discovery. Double check is one of my favorite motifs because the king always has to move by the laws of chess. So we have two different ways to do that. But after this, I don't see a follow-up. So can I do it this way? And there you go. Let's just verify. But that's why I love double check. It's so easy to calculate. So that should just be a forced mate. Okay. 41, last one. Oh God. This is tough. This is annoying. Oh, Jesus. This type of puzzle, I'll probably get it wrong. Okay, so b4. I mean, I'd rather have a rook pawn, honestly, but okay, so b4. You would think knight a. What the hell am I supposed to do here? I wonder if I have b3 and then c4, his might not, could maybe get trapped here, and then c4. Oh boy. I don't know. maybe a4. Oh God, this is tough. So maybe a4 takes on b2, a5, just because the rook pawn is so hard for a knight to stop. Knight b4, a5, it comes in, and plus I have this other pawn, but he's probably going to be able to sacrifice there. And then the question is, can I run that one? But as I say, b3 is also interesting because I have c4. And his knight will have to spend time, like knight c2. But then I might be able to escort these. So that's interesting. b3 is interesting. b3, c4 is interesting. Yeah, these are my two candidates here. But you could argue b4 as well, right? And then we escort the b pawn. That's definitely an argument that could be made. King a5 takes push. I don't feel that though. I'm thinking either a4 or b3. Nothing else makes sense to me. Takes and then go c4. Keep looking at that. Although even at that, he might be able to sack the knight. Honestly, his king. Yeah, he's going to. Well, no. He would have to come in here, and then I'm winning. I'm on a key square there. Yeah. So this is interesting. c4, knight c2. That's interesting. Like c5 already. He can come in, but yeah, it's possibly it's b3. Why'd they give such a difficult one? So b3 is very interesting, but also a4 is interesting. Takes a5. Right? He comes back to c4, a6. I'm going to go a4. Okay. Yeah, it's just the rook pawn. The rook pawn is always notoriously difficult for a knight to stop. Okay. But I want to look at the other line because that would also look intriguing here. b3 takes and then c4. So this is only equal. Surprisingly, yeah, because I can never, well, yeah, then he can always sack one. The pawns are too split, and his king grabs the other pawn. Yeah, so it was a4. Yeah, because the thing is, even against a single rook pawn, it's often very difficult for a knight to stop it. So the fact that I have a secondary pawn as well made me lean towards that. Oh, and I'm done now, by the way. So that was 33 minutes, which is not too bad. I'll take it. 12 viewers now. Let's play a game. Okay, 2149. Oh, new account, and we say no to that. And let's block while we can. Let's block the fake account. Here we go. $21.13 opponent. There we go. Real account. And let's not get low on the clock. So let's keep an eye on the checkpoints. We have the Opasensky or the Opasensky, which I hate playing against. It's not really in the spirit of the Sicilian. There's f3, there's f4. f4, yeah, I usually take. And then I think knight c6. Oh, this is a bit unusual, but it's definitely a move. Yeah, I think I'm still going knight c6 here. And then either d5 or I might go here. Can I go d5? Can he go rook f6? It gets tricky. He might have rook f6 there. I guess I could take with a g pawn. d5, rook f6, gf. No, what am I? No, I still can't. Once he takes the knight, then yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, he might have rook f6. Okay, so I don't think I can play that. So maybe knight e5. Yeah, surprisingly, more people don't play rook f4, but I know it's 100% playable. It's totally fine. It's about the same eval as bishop f4. So if he goes rook d1, yeah, he wants to sack here. Yeah, this could be dangerous for me. Do I have bishop c4? Takes, and then he has knight d5. So bishop c4, rook f6, bishop f6, knight d5. I think I'm okay there. This guy's quick. Yeah, this is interesting, hey? Okay, what? I could take on e2 and then knight g6 maybe? Let's say rook 4 f3. And then b5 here. Okay, let's play that. Knight g6 and then go b5. Then b5, b4 is threatening to take here. a3. Yes. d5 is rook d1. This guy is causing me problems. Rook e1 weakens f7. Bishop g5. No, he can even just go here now. Because f7 would be weak. Maybe I could take. Yeah, he's playing this very well. Yeah, this is just scary because bishop g5. Or, as I say, his knights can start coming in here. Well, if he goes here, I can probably take, maybe. I already explored that line. And the bishop f6, I don't love it. This is a dangerous move. I could go rook c8, but I'm just giving him time to attack me. Knight d4, maybe. d5, my bishop, well, bishop is defended. e4, oh, sorry, e5, I think I can take, but he has discoveries like this. Also, he has rook d1 again. Like, even here, just rook d1 is simply annoying. Wow. Okay, I'm going here because I burned so much time on this. I don't know. This guy just spanked me. Tricky opening for black here. Chess is hard. Yeah, he comes in. So I have bishop f8, but then there's this. I have h6, but he can easily attack that. But it does stop his... He's also coming in here. I mean, he's just killing me simply as that. Simple as that. I could move this knight because I really don't like this pin. But then this is hanging. I don't know. There's this fork too, but I don't hate that so much. I don't love it, but it's not too bad. My bishop's not great to begin with. Okay, let's attack. Okay, there might be bishop h6 in some cases. I have to be careful. Knight f5 is the bigger concern, though. There's nothing I can do about this. Yeah, it's not good here. I just got to make a move. Knight f5. Okay, he retreats. He had that all worked out. Can I push? I'll try that, and then maybe bishop c5. He might be able to sack still. No, he won't. I don't think he'd be able to. Yeah, so I'm threatening bishop c5 here. If e5, I can... Oh, I thought I could take... No, if e5, I was going to go bishop f... Yeah, bishop f8, I think. No, I was going to still go bishop c5. Yeah, so that looks good. Queen b6. He's... Okay, let's try queen b6. I don't know if he can go here and then take here, but I'm dead. I mean, he just... feels like he... I don't know. He just totally spanked me. Utterly and completely. Yeah, knight d5. I think I can take. I'm not 100% sure. d5 or e5, I mean. So if e5, what am I doing? A bishop c5. I don't. Yeah, maybe. It's getting complicated. And I only have 2.5 minutes here. I think I played the opening more or less okay, but he put so much pressure on me. He doubled up the rooks, and It's a bit of an aggressive opening. See if I can last a few more moves just so it's not as embarrassing. I just don't want to make it super embarrassing. Losing in 22 moves. So what if he just makes some random move like knight b4? Still probably bishop c5. You know, because I'm winning the exchange there, and I open up the e file for my rook. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to take. So he maybe he's considering to sack the exchange now, because this is pretty scary. But okay, can I take here, and then this? No, because my rook's under attack. So I should probably move my knight. I could also counterattack him, but then it blocks. How about no, knight takes is interesting. But I can never actually take this. So takes. Yeah, I kind of want to sack this. I have 95, of course, but then he's got bishop. Yeah, takes. And I have to just go, okay, I'm going to try for this. Take a risk, because I have no time on the clock, so I got to take a risk here. Because I have a discovery at the end of this. If he takes my rook, I have a discovery. This is my trick. He might have bishop e3. But I think I'm okay there. This was my fancy pants move, and I think it's working. If he does go bishop e3, how do I want to take? I think I want to take with the queen. Except there's a fork here, but that's going to happen regardless. So that could be a problem. Okay, yeah. So I have this double check, and I guess this is nothing. I just assumed I'd have something here. Hopeful, wishful thinking. Yeah, I have no follow-up, unfortunately. I just, I just really got spanked. Here. Wow, he destroyed me. It wasn't even close. The game was not even close. Feels bad, man. A proper spanking. And I didn't even have to pay for it. Wasn't even remotely a contest. You know, just one-sided. Completely one-sided. Trying to get rookie 8 in. Hoping for some miracle, which won't exist here, and I have no checks. So yeah, I'm curious to look at this with the engine, because it just seemed one-sided. Maybe it wasn't, but that's what it felt like. It did not even feel remotely competitive. Like not even remotely. But apparently it was, well, here I had a chance. But I was so low on the clock. Well, I guess I had 2 minutes here. Okay, so I did have opportunity. So this was fine. Computers suggesting putting an A on G4, which is weird. Or knight G6, but this was okay. This was fine. No issues yet. Yeah, there's rook C8 here, but I don't know what I'm doing after that. Like, I don't know. Like, what's the point of this? You know, A4. I don't understand rook C8. Because like or even just coming in, this was looking scary to me. I did think about rook C8 and B5. It's suggesting rook C8, or I didn't play D5 because I got scared of stuff like rook D1, and that's just too complicated. Yeah, so I thought about rook C8, but it just felt. I don't know. Again, I'm scared of stuff like this. This felt uncomfortable. And more importantly, I don't know what I'm doing with rook. I don't know what I'm doing with rook C8, so I don't want to play a move where I have no plan. And then here I spent a very long time, 2.5 minutes, because I didn't know how to proceed here. Again, it's just saying rook C8. But so what is the plan? Let's say he does nothing. It wants to sack the exchange, and then we get a pawn for the exchange. Actually, do we get 2 pawns? Well, it does not want to go here. Knight E5 first, and then we can take on C3. Actually, he might, yeah. Then it's, yeah. Then we can. Oh, there's actually a fork here. I see. Yeah. So I didn't consider sacking the exchange. That is definitely something I missed. I was looking at rook C8. I never considered this. It makes a lot of sense. We get E4. So that makes a lot of sense. So I learned something there. And then here, yeah, I mean, I'm just worse. So I had to play rook C8 or D5. And I tried to get D5 in, but this was always looking scary. Like rook D1, that always looked problematic to me. I don't really regret not playing D5, but I like the exchange sack idea. And H6 allowed apparently knight C6 now. And then he sacks, and then he wins a pawn. He gets a pawn extra, or it comes in. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a problem. I was expecting stuff like this to happen eventually. So instead, it wants to go knight E5 because we defend C6. I guess that's another reason to put something on the C file. We're controlling knight C6 shenanigans. Okay. And then here again, rook C8. So that's what I needed to play rook C8. It stops knight C6, and we can attack E4. And this allowed knight F5, but I had 3 minutes on the clock. And now we're equal. D5 was best. And here I actually thought I was better, possibly winning, but this was a blunder. I did take a risk here because I didn't have much time. It wants me to go knight D6. Sorry, that's not knight D6. Knight D6, and then this is too complicated. This looked bad to me. Yeah, that's a weird move to consider. But that's what had to be played. Or there was also knight E5. But I just didn't want him to get bishop D3. I didn't want that. Yeah, so really the main thing I learned from this was rook C8 was the most useful move. It stops knight C6, threatens the exchange stack in some cases. Yeah. Okay, I'll play another one. But that felt very one-sided because he also had me on the clock. Feels bad to lose like that. Okay, 1975 opponent, 8-year-old account. That's what we like. Try to get a win once in a while here. We have the French variation. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Let's go B3. He's playing this can type of setup. So just going to ignore it for the most part. He's blinking already, but he's got an established account, so I can ignore that. What do I want to do here? There's bishop D3. Can I get away with that? Let's go bishop E2, but I'm sure bishop D3 was good as well. And let's just play this normal. He's not developing. Okay, let's just go C4, get a bit of space back. And I could break immediately. I could also get more space myself. He's blinking again. I'm going to reserve that. I'm going to go D4 and get a bit more space. So D5 he can take. So I might time that. Can I go E4? Not yet. So let's go here so that I'm supporting E4. Queen C2 is also an idea. And I don't think, yeah, so maybe Queen C2 now. Okay, so I still have E4 as a possible option. If he goes bishop E7, which he does do, I might go E4, but I don't even know if I like this. I could also go here and then see what he has to say about that. Or I could try to attack him here and open that up. I don't know if I want it open. But I want to go F5. Yeah, F5 could be good. E4, F5. I'm unsure about this type of deal, but let's just make a move. If E5, I think I could just take. So here he's threatening a fork. I have Queen E3. I think the only move, unless I want to sack the exchange. So I shall play it, but things are looking, wow, he only spent 30 seconds. I still don't like the blinking, even though he's got an established account. He's always doing it on his move. Okay. Yeah, I got to go Zen mode now because it's just too distracting. He just keeps blinking on his move. So I'm in Zen mode. Please don't blink like this. I mean, he might be watching the stream or something, but I don't know. He spends 30 seconds. He's blinking every move. It's distracting. Okay, so bishop F6. He puts more pressure. I could move this around. I could go H3 maybe. You would think he goes back to F6. One would think. I also have a discovery on, this, yeah, that I could go here and then knight G5. This should be very good. I've got too many good options here. Okay, let's go H3, and then I might go knight G5. Knight F6, knight G5, because I'm threatening D5. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. So he goes to H6. That's an unusual move. That's very unusual. I have to go King H1 and then, well, no, that's scary. Maybe King H2. That's a very weird move. What about D5? I'm killing independent George here on B7. And I'm opening up my bishop, so that makes sense to me. Goodbye, George. He may try to find a new life on C8. if he goes d5, I can take. If f5, maybe can I just take here? I don't know if I want to open that. f5 hits my pawn chain. So yeah, let's keep George cut out. And then I might try for this cheapo. Or maybe first I go rook e1. Okay, so what is this about? What is this? This makes no sense to me. I have g4. I got to go g4. So g4, and now he lost a tempo, right? Because he's got to move the knight again. In fact, I think I win the knight because he has nowhere to go. So he moves here, I go g5 anyways. His knight is trapped. I told you it's a very weird move that he went knight h6. So he wants h3 now. Can I get away with it? Can I get away with it? You would think I should be able to get away with it. Queen h3, because there is queen g3, I guess. I could go king h2 and then knight h2. Okay, so g5, queen h3. Yeah, but he can also put a rook on g8 if I open that up. Yeah, so takes, check, king h1. I feel that's good, but my position is already good. Do I want to take that risk? Because if you go check here, I have knight h2. This is definitely greedy. Boom, boom, boom. Check, king h1. Does he have knight g4? I have rook g1. Yeah, it's scary, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. I think I survive. What if he goes knight g right away? Well, he's still not threatening anything. Yeah. So he takes and go rook g8. So if he takes right away, okay, well, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Maybe knight g5. Or I could take here first. King g2 maybe. So that I have rook. Or I could also flee this way. I think I want to move the king. So do I want to go to e2 or f2? Not f2. Okay, so king g2. And he doesn't really have any moves. So knight h5. There is a threat there. Okay, so king h2, knight h5. I have to. Then I can just. Ooh, it is still kind of scary. King g2, knight. Okay, I'm going to go king h2. So knight h5, maybe knight g5. It's a little close there. So knight h5. There's no other way for me to defend other than moving there. Okay, so can I take here? He's on my rook. Knight h2 maybe here. Check, I have that, and he can never check me. I'm thinking knight h2. And then I have safety. Because all he has is a queen and a knight here. Oh, he's on my knight. Okay, well, king h1 maybe. Or can I still do this? Because then I can take here. But he's on my bishop, so that's a little scary. So king h1. It gives him time to attack, but I'm going king h1. It's funny, I'm actually down material. No, I'm not. Well, for its equal material, because I have a knight for 3 pawns. So the material is actually equal, but this just looks like, it looks like I'm up 3 pieces. Okay, so I'm thinking just rook g1. So let's play that. I only have 2.5 minutes, so this is my main issue. So rook g1. Where can he go though? He has nowhere to hide now. Can I take that? I can. Is it enough to win? And is it best? I don't know. Probably not best, but it's what I'm playing. Oh, he can take with a king. I always forget that. I don't even mind that I blundered because I make this mistake way too often. It's just funny. It's just funny. Yeah, I just threw the game right there. That's just funny. Okay. Well, that was not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah, I just threw the game right there. I got too fancy. Too fancy. I should have went here. That would have made a lot more sense. Should have went to e5. Bishop c8. Okay. Oh, he's got this, and I have to trade now. Got bishop h6 here. Yeah, rook g7 was silly. Okay, let's go to the engine on that. Oh, it was throwing all the games here. 18 viewers now. My losses are silly. Yeah, because my opponents are playing like 800s, and then I shouldn't be giving them the wins. Yeah, this was just silly, and then I played too slowly too. Even if I had played the best move, I was playing too slow. But just make a normal move. Just don't blunder. But I've made this type of mistake way too often, where they can just take with a king, and I just overlook it. Okay, so I got to play quicker and not play silly. And hopefully this guy doesn't blink every move. This is a brand new account, though. I don't want to play the brand new account. Fake account, 3 months old. My God. Okay, 2-year-old account, we'll take that. 9,000 games. There we go. A real account. Oh, God. Okay. Alapin. He's Alapin my business. Yeah, I got to watch my checkpoints still. I'm playing too slow. It's because I'm trying to play good moves, and I need to stop playing good moves. D3 is unusual for sure. Okay, let's just go knight C6. Is D6 a move? And I think we don't want to go bishop F5 in these lines because it essentially delays castling. Yeah, so he effectively, it might have been a mouse slip earlier, what he did. So I think Shankland likes to keep the knight on D5 as long as possible. I think it was him, but I'm not Shankland. I can go E6 here. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Is there C4? I'm just going to take. And I'll take again. But I don't know if that's right. I just can't remember the Alapin. Bishop, he's thinking about bishop B5. Okay. So I think I'm going E6. I want to make this a bad bishop. Because it's so natural to play bishop F5. This is what I was saying earlier. But the computer usually doesn't like it. And again, I think it's because you're just delaying castling. You play bishop F5 and then white just develops. And yeah, so I could go bishop E7. I could go bishop C5. I think this is, I'm learning because I'm pretty sure E6 was good. Yeah, there's B5 here. It ain't so bad. I'm going to go to E7 though, because I don't know. There's bishop G5. I don't want to deal with it. Okay, yeah, that's scary because he's got Greek gift stuff. But I'm going to castle now. I assume he will castle. And there's queen C7. I mean, I have this bad bishop. My queen is also not great. I could go A6, B5. I'm still scared of all these attacks here. He's got this pawn on E5, which is nasty business. Queen C7, I'm scared of rook C1, but that will take him time to do. So let's actually go with queen C7. I get off the back rank. And I normally don't play queen C7 again because of rook C1, but that's going to take him 3 moves to get going. Yeah, so he's defending. I could attack it again with F6, but no, I could go bishop D7, which is weird. I think, do I want A6, B5? It's kind of slow. I could go B6. Let's get developing. I do like this idea for sure, but I'm going to go B6 because I need to develop as soon as possible here. So I'm going to go bishop B7 and then rook A D8. My queen is still awkward though. I don't like my queen, but I can always go queen B8 if I have to. I'm not a fan of playing against the Alapin. Why are these 1900s giving me trouble? They shouldn't be giving me trouble. Interesting option. Yeah, he can then go bishop f4. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Because now a rook on c1 doesn't hurt me. Max puzzle streak of 21. No, I hit 42. Maybe I hit 42. Maybe I didn't get one wrong on purpose. So I forgot. I might have forgot to get the one. I know I hit 42. Okay, so bishop b7. Still have to watch out for things here, but I think we're okay for the moment. Yeah, so let's get this going. He might go bishop f4. I think that's why he played knight c3 to begin with. But since he didn't play it immediately, I don't think that's what he's going to do. Yeah, so I probably didn't get one wrong on purpose. So remind me to do that after the game, Gamma. Okay, queen e2. He wants to come in here, which might be playable. I could do this. Seems reasonable. Oh, can he go here now? Check. Check. I don't think so. So let's go knight a5. Knight a5. What does he do? Rook b1, let's say. Can I take on c3? Possibly. I could still take there. What's he up to now? What is he up to? That's a weird move. Does he want to get here or something? I don't understand. He was scared of this? Or I don't know what he was scared of. I don't know. I don't understand that. Oh, he wants to stop knight b3. I see. Okay, well, can I take here? There's bishop d2. I can take the knight. Should be good there. Bishop b3. I can just move the queen. He can hunt me down. You know, rook c1. He can hunt me down. I don't like the hunting down part, but I might have this. But then there might be this check again. Check. And then a rook lift. Yeah, it's unclear. I think I'm going to take the pawn with great hesitancy. Yeah, because there's like, I have no pieces defending my king here. If I lose again, I don't understand why I keep losing to. Okay, yeah, so I was going to go back and then, yeah, he attacks me. I don't have anywhere else to go. So we'll go here and then he goes rook a c1 and hunts me down. I go bishop c5, and then I was a little scared of this check and then a rook lift. I'm a bit nervous of that. I could just move the queen. Because this is actually interesting, but then there's bishop here, but then I can take. So maybe I will go to d7 because I can threaten this. Oh, there's a fork here after, possibly. Could be a problem. Is knight b4 a threat? I don't. It nearly is, but I think I might be okay there, possibly. So let's go for this ambitious move. He could try to line up, but again, I always have squares I can run to, and I'm still threatening queen d5. Why are my opponents so good? Like, they shouldn't be this good at 1900. 1900 is a beginner. I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, so if he goes to b5, queen d5, and then he goes this way. So I'm still planning this. But my queen could definitely get into trouble here, but let's play it. I'm very low on the clock. No, what I actually think, on lead chess, I think it's extremely difficult to get to 2200 again, like these days. From like, okay, so I have bishop c5 now. Knight b3 is also an interesting option. Oh no, I can't take the bishop. Yeah, so maybe just bishop c5. I don't think he can do things, so let's just play it. I gotta play quicker. I'm behind on my checkpoints. I should have like 5.5 minutes or so here. So I'm behind on the checkpoints. So king h1 and might be knight b3, but that's making things complicated. I should probably just take. I can move the queen actually. But where do I go? Queen a2. I don't really have anywhere to go. I'm kind of trapped here. But he can't move his knight though yet. So maybe I go a6. Because he is pinned. So king h1, and then I take, and then he has a discovery, and that things get complicated. But he doesn't have a good discovery, I don't think. I'm going to keep chasing him here. He might take. Okay, he doesn't. And now I bring in the knight. Hopefully there's not things. It's getting complicated. It's getting complicated. Let's just say bishop a1. What am I doing? I could take on a3. It's my queen is in great, like it's very close to being trapped, but he can't move the knight. He cannot move his knight. So king h1 is the scariest move for me. So let's say king h1. Well, here, let's say bishop a1, rook a d8, king h1. Then I can take. So that might be a move. Yeah, that makes sense. Right? Yeah, I'm losing a pawn there. I'm losing a pawn there. Shit. So here, takes. What if I come back here? Oh god. Actually, I don't have to touch anything yet still. I could still go here. Oh, this is so complicated. I'm going to flag. Oh my god. Okay, king h1 now. But then I can take... No. I can never recapture. Why did I think I could recapture here? I'm leading with the queen. Yeah, so he moves there. Okay, now I gotta just run. I'm losing this pawn. I don't know. These guys are too good now. 1900. I don't know why I'm losing to 1900s. I'm not. It's just, I don't know. They're too good. Everyone's too good now. Okay, let's come back. I'm going to flag. I don't know what he does. Okay, I'm happy to trade. And let's just come in here. I've got no time. I should create Luft. I have no good lift options, so I won't even bother. I have no moves. I'm going to put the king here. Okay, let's do this. Just going to centralize the king as much as I can. This almost works, but oh, it's probably still good. Okay. I don't know why I pre-moved that. It's not going to take the pawn. I could close this up, but I think I need to get active. Let's attack this. I only have a minute now. A minute. This is a tempo move, so let's play it. A minute still. If it comes here, I've got this. It forces a trade. Okay, let's move. 59 seconds. Okay, yikes. 100% going to flag. Can I go bishops? Can I go bishop here? Not quite. Can I go knight here? Oh, not quite. I'm going to have to grind it. I'm going to have to grind it. So he's got this now. I have a check, which does nothing. Can I? Oh, that. So he had rook e3. He had rook e3. Let's protect the pawn. I don't know why he just gave me that bishop. He's playing a lot worse now. He was playing really strong, and now he's not. Stop insinuating things, Dizzy. Stop insinuating. Okay, then we just push. I only have 30 seconds, though. I need to be careful here. Oh, how do I? Okay, that's how we do it. We run here. Okay, gives us that. And let's go here. Not the greatest conversion in the world. Boy, die. Oh my God. How come he can't die? How come he doesn't die? I'm not good at converting. And now he lets his time run. So he's going to get a block. Okay, he resigns finally. I'm not going to block him. If he had let a time run, he would have gotten blocked. Okay. 17 viewers. I don't know. He really played badly at the end there. But it was a tough game before that. So, yeah, this alley, I don't know. This might have been a mouse slip, this D3. It doesn't make any sense. If that was a mouse slip, that sucks for him. So I'm more or less up a tempo here. And this E6 move, I think this is correct. So I'm kind of happy that I remembered that. But then you get this bad bishop. This is like a French, but we're not even up a pawn. So I don't even know. I don't know that. I hate playing against the Alpin. Yeah. Just one of those openings that's not fun. I spent a lot of time debating if I want to take on c3, but it seemed like I could get away with it. So I did take it. And then, yeah, I left my queen in the center. It was scary, but he should have played king h1 earlier. Like this was probably not the greatest move because it does get kicked out. And he pins me, which makes sense. So eventually he plays king h1. And then, yeah, open up, have the position open up, and I just trade because I'm up a pawn here, bring in the king, and then he just blunders a piece here because I think he had rook e3 right here. All right, so I don't know why he didn't play rook e3. So I'm lucky he gave me a piece. I probably would have flagged had he not dropped a piece there, and then he didn't resign. Okay, let's look at that with the engine, and do the engine rooms. Okay, thanks for meeting me in the engine room. Still waiting for it to run here. And I'm going to open up CPT while waiting for Lichess to update. Yeah, I just casually threw that in there. Okay. Forget what I did here. Hello, Dread. What did I do there? Yeah, I went B3. Okay, but I want to look at this Alapin line, which was D3. Yeah, D3 is not a move. And knight C6 was good. But if that was a mouse slip, and then takes D6, and then what did he do? Because he didn't play the same thing, but he took, yeah, he took, right? So he took, and then I played E6. No, what did I play? Well, this is just, I think I just got a completely different position. Okay, but am I thinking of this? Or am I thinking of this? This is trying to find a similar position. Yeah, I know he played D3, but I think that was a mouse slip. So I'm trying to find the correct position here. Yeah, I think it's here. So after knight C3, so after knight C3 takes, no, this is not right. Is it here? I'm trying to find the position where there's a line where I think I'm supposed to go E6. It can't be queen takes. Well, actually, even here, yeah, there's E6. Is it bishop? Is it this one? No. So maybe I'm misremembering. Because I'm always taking with the queen. Oh yeah, but then I do play E6, but I don't put it on F5. Maybe it's when I don't play knight C6. Maybe it's when I go D6 first. Like even takes. I don't know. I can't remember. Man, it might be a whole different opening than I'm thinking of. Okay, I don't know. Sorry. Okay, let me get back to the game. So, oh yeah, Puzzle Streak. Thank you for that. So, I think I just forgot to, yeah, because it says 21. So I just need to get one wrong on Puzzle Streak. So I'll do that now. C42, and then it'll show under my account. There you go, 42. Ta-da! Okay, so looking at the game, I'm a little surprised because it felt a lot closer for the first 2/3. Let me refresh here. Yeah, so this was all mostly good. And the e6 was not optimal. It wants to go to bishop. It wants to go to g4. I don't. I must be thinking of a different line where we play e6. Vivek, it's tied knight f6 and d5. I think the engine gives like 10 or 20 center pawns to knight f6, but d5 is more like a Scandi, I think. So castling was a little bit dangerous, it says, but playable. It wants to go queen c7 first and keep attacking the e5 pawn. And we can even take it here. That's scary. That's scary. So the computer wants to fight for the e5 pawn, but I'm too scared to do that. And this was more or less okay, not the best moves. It's saying that b5 is a move. What's the idea here? Oh, I don't know. This is computer stuff. I don't know that. So this was more or less okay. Was it perfect? No, but it was okay. This was a mistake. Yeah, queen d5 was the best move, the only winning move. And then bishop c5, yeah. So we're just winning here. Yeah, because we're threatening mate. And then he opens up the king. And so I guess I played it pretty well, although it didn't like... here I'm down to 2 minutes. It didn't like this because king h1. It wants to go bishop a7, maybe because we can maybe put the queen on c5. That might be a clearance move there. Same thing with bishop b7. Yeah, it's to give the queen c5, the c5 square. Otherwise, this is okay. And then it didn't like queen c6 because there was bishop takes c4. Instead, it wants to go... I don't know. Apparently, there's some difference between these two moves. Because we get a3. Don't tell me it's because of that. Oh, no, I see. It wants to keep control over d4 because we're threatening to take on d4. I see. But what if he trades off here first? I don't know. There's some subtlety that I don't care. I have to open up I got to turn off the dishwasher. I'll be back in 2 seconds here. Okay. I didn't really learn too much from that game. I was a little bit lazy in the analysis part of it. But I feel a lot of this is more tactical than anything. But yeah, basically I'm too lazy to look at it in too much more detail. My dishwasher is actually an expensive dishwasher, but it's annoying. It won't stop beeping. There's a way to turn it off. Okay, anyways, we have a frums. How deep is your love? How deep can I remember? I think when knight f6 right away, we don't go d4 because we're slow in castling. I believe we go e3 here. This doesn't seem normal, but it's scary. D4 now? Okay, let's go D4. I forgot about that. Whoops, what did I do? Did I fall for this? I should be okay, though. Did I screw up? I'm familiar with this line. Okay, so let's say, so knight h2, queen h4, king d2. Wait, I might have rook h2. No, because then he still takes maybe g3, but then he's escaping here. Okay, so knight h2, queen h4, and king d2. And then if bishop h2, he's pinned there. Did I screw up? Because it's equal material. I could just go knight c3 here. Except bishop g3 is a threat. Bishop g3 is a threat. Yeah, I might have to take. I might have to take here. There still might be bishop g3. No, that should be good for me there. Yeah, so I think he has to go queen h4. And then king d2. Bishop h2. Then maybe queen. Okay, I'm going to take. And then queen d2, I might have queen e1. Yeah, king d2 and then queen e1. So queen e1 here. And queen h6. Oh, fuck. Why did I do that? Okay, so now, yeah, I blundered that. So it's equal material, though. I'm alive, at least. But I blundered that. I think I was winning. That was stupid. I should have just developed like knight c3 or something. Okay, well, we both blundered there. At least I'm alive. So we'll go here. And so I could pin him. He can put a rook here. But yeah, let's jump into here. Oh, there's a check. This is a nasty check. Is it a big deal? Okay, let's go knight d2. And then here. I wonder what I did wrong in the opening, or if that was normal. I haven't seen that before. Okay, so I'm going to go knight e4. And his bishop is running out of options here. He has to go to d6, I think. And I could take it. This is a threat. I have a really bad bishop. And pawns. Bad bishop and pawns. c4, rook, he1. Because I don't want to go here. I could go b3 and put the bishop here, but my bishop is crapola. I've got a fork threat. My pawns are so weak because if I take, I have to go like c3 and he's already applying all this pressure. My bishop is so bad here. There's still this threat here. I'll go c3. Okay, I'm actually going to play this. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with c3, and I'm left with this bad bishop. I haven't won a single game tonight, right? It's I don't think. Or did I? I did. I won one game, but yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I don't think I've seen that knight g4 thing. And I'm curious if I'm better, if I was better in that resulting position. I think I might have been. And then I just blundered after queen e1 or queen d1. Yeah, so if he goes here anyways, can I afford to take this? He does. So takes, and I move the king. Is that worth it? No, I don't. So I'm going to go c3. So let's get that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going to have this terrible b shot. How does he defend both pawns, though? How does he defend both pawns? I don't think... Oh, he might have rook a8. But then I have bishop d2, I think. So, for example, if he goes c6, or f6, rather. Yeah, so he goes f6. So takes... Actually, how am I getting home? I'm not getting home. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the bishop after all. I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm going to play it because I'm getting low on the clock. Whoa, I'm really getting low on the clock. But I hate my bishop. That's why I don't really want to trade here. Oh, I can take on h7. I can take on h7. Okay, he could take here twice if he wants. And okay, let's just go here. And then the other rook is in the game. Okay, and I will put it on h1 because I'm threatening h8. Rook h8 there. Okay, this is a threat, so let's stop that threat. And then I'm going to go rook a h1. C5 is now a move, which he doesn't play. Okay, let's proceed with this plan. He should still play c5. Okay, oh, I'm going to go for this trade. He could put the rook on rook 7 d8. He doesn't. I'm going to trade. I can pin him. I'm going to pin. Pins are annoying. So he's got to go here. He doesn't. Do I push or do I? Let's go g4. Let's go g4 and then I go e4. So now he can't play f5 is my idea. He's out of the pin. So I'm going to go here. There's knight d6, but my king can come in. Let's improve the king. I've got to be so wary of his knight. Oh boy. Let's come in here with threatening c7 and with threatening maybe e5 now. I'm up a pawn, but I have no time on the clock as per usual. Actually, I'm not even threatening c7. What am I talking about? Okay, so do I want to go g? Oh, I'm taking that. I'm only up a pawn, but now I don't want to have to worry about a knight. And then I just improved the king. This doesn't do anything. But I'm just happy. I don't want to have to play against a knight in time trouble. There's no increment. G5 at some point. Let's just go G5 now. Make him make a decision here. And I'll take. And I'll give a check. Because it's possible he'll go rook g7. And let's just repeat. I'm so bad at like counting, repeating moves. I'm always scared to repeat for this reason. I almost never repeat because I'm always scared of threefold. Like I'm so bad at, sometimes like I go over a famous game and they repeat and you think for sure it's a, oh, I blundered here. You think for sure it's a threefold, but it's not. So I don't think he can take here. I mean, there is this check after, but if I take here, my king can get up. So let's take this pawn, and then I've got king e6, and my pawn should be too high quality. He didn't even check me. He tries to get this one. Okay, well here there's check, but then I can come in here, and then he wins the rook. So let's not do that. Let's give a check, and then we win a pawn, and then we have two connectors. And here it's not mate, but these are just too strong. The quality is too much. And let's just move here. I have plenty of time on the clock. He cares about, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to push the pawn. These pawns don't matter. And I'm just going to keep pushing. He's going to come in here. I'm just going to push. It's the quality, not the quantity of pawns. That being said, I don't know what else he could have done. Yes, so that's, I don't know what else I could have suggested for him. But, well, I can go after this one now. I was thinking originally d7, but as long as I get out of the way of the d pawn. Don't know what he's doing here. Yeah, I don't know why he's not resigning. And I just take. I don't know why people don't resign. They got to be kids. Can you imagine if it's an adult? Can you imagine it being an adult not resigning? Okay, now he resigns. I'm going to block. They have a YouTube channel. Just want to see if it's an adult. Well, it's a teen. It's a teen. Okay. I won't block because it's a teen. If it's an adult, they'll get a block. Okay. So let's recap this one. Yeah, this was interesting. This knight g4. I think the way I played it might have been okay. Because I'm up a piece now. And here I'm not up a piece, but yeah, this was a mistake, but I don't know. It's interesting. Let's say knight c3. But I don't know. There might be queen g or bishop g4. I don't know. It's an interesting line. Vivek says g3. What about queen takes? What about queen takes here? Check, king d2. And we should be okay there, right? So g3 and then just king d2, bishop takes h2, queen e2. Bing bang, king d2, bishop takes h2. Bishop takes h2, and then queen e2. Queen e2, what about bishop g4? Bishop g4, we can just take on h2. Yeah, maybe that might be working. I never would have considered g3 here. I didn't consider it. So, but this still looked good for white. I think white's better here. Because our pieces are more, I don't know. I feel that white's a bit better here, but it's going to take a little while to mobilize. I might even be able to just sack to exchange here. Maybe not quite. Yeah, I don't know. Knight c3, bishop g4. I'm already in trouble there, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. It's. I think it's just a game here. It's pretty equal, I think. Knight c3, bishop g4. I have bishop e2, castles, and it's complicated. What was wrong is queen e1. Well, his bishop gets out. I'm okay after queen e1 too, but I feel I felt I was winning here because he's pinned, right? So possibly king e2 was better, and then I fish things out with bishop e1. Might have been another option. But then there was this check. Yeah, so that wouldn't have worked. Yeah, so I had to go here. And then, yeah, because I didn't see bishop g3. That's what was wrong, because he saves the bishop. I didn't see that at the time. So I don't know. Like, I might have just played knight c3 here because he's still pinned. It's awkward. It's awkward. I might even have... no, it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting position. And then later... Yeah, I think knight g5 was good. I won a pawn here. My bishop was really terrible though. But I'm up a pawn, and he spent a lot of moves moving the knight. Went for the pin. I was looking at a Petrosian game last night. I have a physical chess set up where I read my physical books. Sometimes in the evening after I stream, I'll go through some of those games. There was a Petrosian game I looked at yesterday, and it's so stupid. There was the simplest pin in the world. There was a rook. I think it was either on g8 or f8, and then there was a bishop here, the same color, right? So imagine like a black rook and a black bishop. And Petrosian, I think it was here. I think it was g8 and g7. So there was a black rook and a black bishop. And Petrosian simply brought up a rook and just pinned it. And it was funny because there was nothing black could do about it. It's not an easy pin to break. So it took his opponent a million moves to deal with that pin. Meanwhile, Petrosian just made a lot of other developing moves on the board. It's just kind of funny. Just as I don't know. It's not really a pin you think about. It's not a pin you think about. But he couldn't move. So I thought it was kind of interesting. Okay, so yeah, I'm just up a pawn here, and I free up the bishop, and then I took the knight because my king is better than his king. I'm up a pawn, and his pawns are now weak. So I figured this should be enough to win at this point, and did a bunch of dancing here. I saw that he could take the c3 pawn, but it's the quality of pawns that matters. So he can grab all of these if he likes, but I'm going to end up with two central connected passers. And yeah, I mean, I really only need the one pawn. He could take all my other pawns. I just need the one pawn. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. Very curious about the opening there. And let's open that up in CPT. Should I do it with the animation? You guys want to see the animation again? Let's do it. Let me set it up. Ta-da! Okay. Fancy. Okay, let's see. I don't think I have this in my system here. Was knight f6? Oh, because I don't have e3. I have g3 here. But e3 is good too. But yeah, the computer slightly prefers g3 as well. So the notes say we respond with this. I don't remember. I totally don't remember. I thought it was e3. I really did. Yeah, so we respond with this pawn advance. White stunts the d6 bishop, which is what caused us problems in the game, while preparing our own development to g2. And then my notes say, so I'm not sure I fully understand why we play g3 against knight f6. Yeah, I think my notes are correct, but because of this, I thought it was e3, but this makes sense. Now we don't have to worry about bishop g3, although that's still something you have to be wary of. And then if g5, then this transposes to some of the main lines, I think. So it was g3, not e3. Okay, let me go back here. Whoa, what a weird, that's a pretty crazy graph. I don't know if I've ever seen one so 45-degree before. Like I've seen them, I mean, that's very almost weirdly angled upwards. You know what I mean? Like that is very suspicious there. Okay. 13 viewers. So E3 was okay, but G3 is a little bit more accurate. So yeah, I haven't seen this knight G4 move. D4 was good. And yeah, taking, oh, what the hell's going on? What's the eval? Look at, can you guys see that? This is 0.6, but then it's saying +2. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. So which one is correct? Is this one incorrect? One of these is incorrect. Stockfish doesn't know what it's doing. Stockfish, there we go. It is winning. Okay, so takes and then, yeah, so Vivek was right. He's never wrong. So it was G3 here, the only winning move. And then after King D2, and if he makes some random move, then it would have been similar to what happened, I think. We just, well, no, it's not quite. Yeah, so if he didn't take, and let's say we go knight C3. Actually, knight C3 is losing, or not losing, but it's equal now after knight takes D4. And this is just weird. I don't even know what's going on here. So we would have to be accurate here after knight C6. Pinning maybe is simplest. And that's just one move. You gotta, so this is still a complicated position. But had he taken, yeah, then we have queen E2. So it's still very complicated. Isn't knight H2 hanging? Well, what here? Well, this is what happened in the game. No, I mean, if G3, no, if he takes here, then we have queen E2 because we're going to take on H2. Okay, so I ran, and yeah, this is just equal now, and yeah, so this was all normal. This was really his mistake because he drops a pawn, and sorry, not here. Sorry. Yeah, wait. Apparently I could have taken. Yeah, I didn't take here because I didn't like this. I guess I have king d3, and now he has two pieces under attack. Looked, I don't know. It felt too scary to even consider. But c3 was actually slightly better, anyways. But so yeah, this was his mistake. This was his mistake because I simply defend against his threat, and now he can't defend both. It seems like he could, but then I come in. He has to save one, and then I have rook h7. So it's easy to kind of go wrong here for him. He needed to play. He needs to be passive and defend the pawn for a move. Yeah, so that's where he went wrong. Just it's kind of annoying. Like I feel for my opponent there because this is the type of thing when if I was black here, it's just a type of move that seems like not such a big deal, but he's really losing after this because he just loses a pawn. It's a shame, but you can kind of see what happened in the graph, and he's just always down a pawn. It's really hard for him to come back. So I'm going to play another one. 2083, opponent from Colombia. Out of my drink. Okay, we have a Najdorf on board. Ooh, a Sozin. Yeah, here I can't go knight b7 anymore. I think if he goes bishop b3, I can play it because he doesn't castle. So I'm trying to remember. I think it's b5 right away. And then I think I go bishop e7, but I think you can also play something else that I can't remember. I forget if you can play b4. I don't think so. Queen f3 is looking scary. So bishop e7, there's still queen f3, and then I think I have queen c7, and if he plays, we have bishop b7. So, I mean, I'm going to play this. I think this is second main line. I forget what main line is. It might be b4. I should know these lines better, but I don't. I forget. Okay, so I think I'm just castling here. And is he going to go queen d2? Because bishop e3 feels a little weird. I don't know about bishop e3. And so he might go queen d2. That's the only thing I'm thinking. So I might have b4 here, though. So maybe he has to go f3. Because queen d2, I think I have b4. And then I'm going to take on e4. But still, now he can't go queen f3. So if queen d2, yeah, queen f3 might be better. But queen f3, you go queen g3. So yeah, if he goes to d, I don't think d2, I don't think you do this English line with the Sozin. I think you got to play like this, or even f4 or f3. So queen d2, b4. I presume he has to move the knight. So yeah, so f3 makes more sense. Yeah. And then I don't know. There's still always this, but it should never be good anymore. I want to go knight c6, so I think I'm going to go queen c7 first. And let's not spend too much time on it. And then knight c6 to challenge his knight on d4. You could consider this. Okay, he gets, yeah, so I'm going to consider it. So there's bishop e6. And he gets 2 pawns and a rook for 2 minors if he does that, right? So takes, I move the queen somewhere. And then he takes. Normally that benefits black. If it was 1 pawn, but but I don't really like giving up 2 pawns. So I think I'm just going to go knight c6 with my original plan. And I don't know if g4 is a move. I don't think it is. I think his king becomes too exposed. It might be. Oh yeah, there could be like queen g2 ideas, or maybe a4 takes and then a4 possibly. b4 goes here, because then he can run the c pawn. I think that's just a game there. Then a5, bishop b7. I think we're okay. Okay. I could go 95. I don't know. I mean, do I want that? Kind of. Okay, let's try this out. I'm not sure about it. Especially when my bishop's still on c8. Why didn't I play 95? Why did I not play 95? I don't know. I don't hate 95 though, but I should have considered 95. Well, I was going to go here anyways. So let's play that. I was just briefly considering knight g4. I was going to take with the queen. So let's do that. And then I'll go back to c7 because I'm a little nervous of knight c6. Okay, so is f5 a move? It might be. I've got e5 maybe. It's a little scary. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I feel I have to go e5. But maybe I don't, because I can take here. So that I don't know about e5. That's a tough one. Because I don't really want to close the center. Oh, but then I can win e4 maybe. f5, I'm winning e4. f5, e5. Oh, maybe he has this in between. No, yeah, he might have b3. So f5, e5, b3. And I don't have the x-ray on e4 anymore. Yeah, I come back here and then he goes knight f3. But this is still weak for him. e4 is still weak. I can go bishop b7. e4 is always going to be weak. Don't know what that's about. So I'm just going here. Bishop e7. How am I doing on the clock? Close to being behind on the clock. First checkpoint. Well, this is second checkpoint coming up. Should be a bit over 5 minutes, maybe 5.5 to 6 minutes. So I'm actually doing okay on the clock. Well, we're not at 20 yet though, but yeah, I'm doing okay on the clock so far. I don't know what a3 was about. That's a weird move. Okay, so I could take it. That just opens up his rook. But then do I have knight g4? I could also go. Then I could go knight e4. And then I can go rook d8. I don't know if I want to open that up though. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know about taking. That's a tough choice. Knight g4, there's bishop g1. I could go knight e4, but then I could go knight D. I got too many options. Knight D5, and then there's B3 later. I don't know. Too many options. How does one choose? Wait, if I go knight G4, I have a fork. I could take and then knight G4. Bishop F4. Then I can put pressure here. Let's try it. I don't know, too many options here. I'm going to go knight G4. I mean, my knight could get stranded though. Because he has H3 coming. But I was thinking this. I mean, this is very risky. I'm going to play it. This is 100% risky. Like, why am I taking a risk here? Because I already have a nice position. This is very, very risky. So bishop F4, and I was going to go here. Okay, so I'm just taking a pawn. Okay, so we should be good here. How am I doing on the clock? I'm a bit behind on the clock, a little bit. But my opponent is also a bit slow, but I should worry more about my time than my opponent's. So I need to play a little bit quicker here, but that was pretty tactical. Time was needed. So rook a d1 or rook a d8 now. This was the premise of my knight g4 move. Was going to be rook d8, just the pin. But he's hanging on to that knight for the moment, for the time being. I think without bishops, I'm not really. He doesn't really have an attack. Like if he had a light squared bishop or something, maybe he has Greek gift, but his bishop is his lone bishop is on a completely different diagonal. Yeah, I'm going to just calmly come back. I'm not going to overthink that because I have to factor in the clock here. And I'm almost at my checkpoint. I'm just a hair, just a touch below my second checkpoint here. And my opponent is way behind on his checkpoint. So my plan is just rook a d8. I'm not overthinking it. I've got the bishop pair. I'm up a pawn, and my pieces are all better. And I'm way up on the clock. So everything's looking good. I can even afford to like lose some material here, largely because of the time difference. I could probably lose a full piece at this point. It's nice to be on the other side of the clock for once. So B3, I'll just, I don't know, go to C7 or something. I don't know what he's thinking about here. He needs to move. Is this what it's like playing me? Is this what it's like playing me? He's just letting his time run. What is he thinking about? At this point, I think he might just have abandoned the game. Okay, he moves. Yeah, I'm just simply going to proceed with my plan. And I could also go here and threaten mate, but there's knight f3. Oh, yeah, I should have probably just went here. There's rook f2, but then I could have won a piece here. So next move, I'll do this. Actually, I could just go e5 as well. So I have e5 and I have queen d5. Both look winning. Okay, so he gets off there. So now I'm just going to threaten mate. And I'm just going to move quickly here. So, okay, he defends. This doesn't quite work because he's still defending. Okay, let's just make a move. This is a move, so let's make it. Stopping g5 shenanigans, creating luft, and just moving. Do I have bishop g5? Too many trades. Too many cooks. Could double up here. No, I do have bishop g5. There's bishop e3. He comes out of the woodwork. Okay, let me just move a pawn. Yeah, there's bishop g5, but then they get bishop e3. Okay, now I'll play this. I can almost, oh no, I can't take there. So where does he go now? F2? I mean, I guess he's considering stuff like that. This should be good, shan't it? So now it's got to go to F2. Okay, let's just move somewhere. Oh, but then he can take my bishop. Okay, let's takes this way, and then I have to move my bishop again. So he made progress here. I actually lose a pawn now. Or maybe I can take here. So he defended. Somehow he defended. Fortunately, I'm up on the clock. I'm just trying to flag him at this point. I don't know how he defended that, but he did. Okay, let's just attack here. Create a weakness. And I've got this. Is this a move? Yeah, I blundered somehow. How did he come back? How did he come back here? I don't know how he came back. And then I better create Luft at this point. Oh, wait. I might have blundered here. Am I surviving? He really came back. Simplest way to defend. So it feels bad because I was completely winning on the board, and then I had to flag him. But he wanted to spend 10 years making moves, so yeah. But I'm gonna go straight to the engine on that, even though I should do it without the engine, because he was just completely getting crushed, and then he came back. I probably traded too much. But yeah, I mean, even for me, he was playing slow. Yeah, but like, look at -5, and then he just comes back. Did I really play it that poorly? So at this point, -5, just a completely winning from here. And then, well, it looks like I made a big mistake. It was probably this one mistake, really. Because from -5 to -2 is not so bad. I was playing on the clock, but the -2 to equals I shouldn't have allowed. So, yeah, sorry. So, Queen C1. This was all okay. Yeah, c3 is a top engine move. Queen e3. This was all fine. Yeah, this was all fine, and he's just playing really slow. So where did I screw up? I think I just relied a little bit too much on the clock here. So this was a mistake. Really? That's surprising. I know I lose a pawn. So I guess I played fine. Because I was just playing on the clock at this point. But this was really the mistake. B4. Just giving him... This was just too equal now. Just losing a pawn like that. So it wants to support it. It doesn't want to drop a pawn. But he only had 49 seconds. So I was just making any move. So that's not really representative of the game. I don't think. But still, he did kind of come back a little bit. But yeah, but then again, I'm not taking the knight under normal situations, and I probably wouldn't have traded queens either. Like I wouldn't have made a lot of these moves. So I was really just playing on the clock. Yeah. Okay, I'll play another one. This might be my last one though, because well, it's a lot of games already. Black again. I felt like I played a lot of games with black today. I barely remember. I remember one bird. You know, the frums, but it really felt like I wanted to play bishop b4, but we have to stop e4. We do it now. And so I'm going to take, because this is like a reverse bird. And it's funny because when I played the Dutch, at first I didn't know that I was going to be playing the bird one day. But this is essentially a reverse bird. This is just a reverse bird. But we're down a tempo. So it's not as good. Jerry, 8-year-old account. We like to see that. I'm in the wrong screen. Somebody should have said something. Bishop d3. Yeah, so I'm just going to b7. This shouldn't be a problem. So castles, do I want d6 or queen e8 or knight c6? They all seem reasonable to me. If knight c6, there might be e4. There might be e4 there. I could go h6 first and ask him a question. I could ask him a question. There might be knight h4 later. h6. I don't really want to play g5. I'm too much of a coward. But then again, then I can play here. Okay. I'm going to play it. Normally I don't play h6, so normally I'll play like d6. But yeah, knight c6, I was a little bit nervous of e4. Okay. And we don't have to worry about knight g5 now. So I think I'm going to go knight e4 now. I don't know if I can take it. Yeah, I should be able to come back. So let's do that. And I think we're okay. There might be queen b3. That's often an idea. So yeah, he might have queen b3 here. Then do I go c5? Then you get all this crap again. And then I remember looking at this like a couple weeks ago. You let him sack the rook, but then that just ends up equal. Well, pretty equal. Yeah, so queen b3 is a bit annoying. That's if I go c5 though. I don't have to go c5, but I think you can. I could also, no, wait, no, we go knight c6. I remember from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think we go knight c6. I don't know if I have time for it immediately though, but that's the better way to defend. Because you put the knight on, you post the knight on a5. So queen, I'm losing my voice here. So queen b3, knight c6. And then if if c5, do I have knight a5? I think maybe I do. I don't know. Queen. Okay, so that's okay. I don't know. Does he have an attack? Probably not. So this is weird. So he's allowing this. Queen b3. I can just come back, and then he wants to play c5. But I should be okay there. Am I missing something? Very, very possibly I am. But I'm going to take it. He does go queen b3 immediately. So I'm just tucking back here. And then after c5, I didn't have a plan. Maybe knight c6 still. He can take here, and then there's knight here, but then I can take on h4. So I might be able to get away with knight c6, possibly. I don't know if that's the best option, though. I don't have d5 because of en passant. Knight c6 might be one of my better options. Maybe a5. But I need to develop. So yeah, I'm going to look at knight c6. So he goes here. I have a fork now. Can I play that fork? Probably. He has knight g6. But I'm hitting the queen. I think I can do this. It's nice when a plan comes together. The h4 move was pretty bad. So I'm going to grab this now. There's queen h. This is dangerous. But I think I'm okay. Yeah, this is dangerous, but I think I have queen f6 at the very least. He's considering it. Okay, he grabs it. D6 now. I can take on h4 immediately, but then, well, maybe no buts. See more buts. But there's also, I could also just go d6, I think. No, because yeah, it comes in here. So, oh, there is a fork here. Good thing I checked. Okay, so this is annoying. I could go queen f6 or rook f6. Because yeah, I don't want this to happen. I mean, that's going to take a little while to undo. Yeah, so I think put something on f6 and then I go d6. So maybe queen f6 because I'm threatening h4 still. So queen f6 and I'm threatening d6 here. He can go queen a4, but d6 is still good there. So let's play it and hope I haven't blundered. Because it's still a bit scary. And I'm only up a pawn, right? Am I even up a pawn? Yeah, I'm up one pawn. I have all my pawns still. Okay, he defended now. Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Okay, but yeah, I didn't think about that honestly. Whoops. Okay, this is a faster way to do, but then he can fork. So this is annoying. Okay, so d6. And then I'm going to challenge him like this. Do I have time for that? Whoops, I have to protect my rook first. So, I guess I'm putting on e8. And then I'm going to go knight c6 to e7. Huh. He's posing a lot of problems with Jerry. He used to be a race car driver, and now he's annoying Dizzy. So, yeah, continuous to plan. He can win a pawn here. Do I have e5? He's really making this complicated for me. Can I go e5? Takes. I'm up a piece or am I not? Well, I've given up. Wait, what's going on? I'm very confused. Because right now I'm up the exchange, right? So this one I'm giving back the exchange. No, yeah, and then I'll be up a piece. So I think I can maybe go. I think I can do this. It's possible I'm miscalculating. There's check. It's not dead. I'm not dead after that, but there is a check here. And am I wanting to go to h7? Because this would win a piece. Probably I just go d5. Does it win a piece though? Because there's de. Complicated. Then rook takes. And I have, yeah, I think I could still play that. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming in here. Oh, is there a check at the end? No, I don't think so. Oh, crap. Is there a check immediately? I might have king f7. No, I'm covering that. Okay, so takes, check. I should be okay here. There's a check here too, but I should be okay there, I think. Check. Uh-oh. He's got G. Am I dead there? He's got G8. Takes. Check. Maybe I move forward. King f8. And then here. I mean, I have to take it though. Yeah, bishop c4. I might have to go king f8 here. Bishop c4. Because if I do this, he has queen d8. Well, even then, I'm not so sure. But I feel I might have to go to f8. So check, king f8. Check, queen e8. I might have to play that. That's very, very scary. It's possible I'm fine with king h7, but that looks nasty. Bishop f4, king h7, queen d8. Oh, I forgot to look at this too. Yeah, but queen d8 first. Again, there might be king f7. Oh, queen b3. That doesn't seem good. I mean, I can do this for starters. I can also, yeah. So I just go here for starters. I mean, that has to be good. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I mean, it has to be good, right? He resigns. Yeah. This bishop c5 or queen d8. I might have been in trouble here. Queen d8, king h7. Maybe that's, no, he should probably start with bishop c4. But even this was a little bit scary, but I think I might be okay there. So I think bishop c4 first, and then if I go king f8, there's queen d8, queen e8, and I think I'm okay there, but it's scary. That is scary. And then king h7. Sorry. So and then if bishop c4, I think I might be okay here as well, but it's dangerous. There's This is scary because he's threatening stuff here. But actually, I think I can just go knight c6. So I think I would have been surviving either way. But yeah, queen b3 made no sense. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. So it got a little bit scary at the end there, but otherwise I think I played well. Yeah, so normally I don't play h6. Computer says it was fine here. Yeah, so this is what the graph looks like, by the way, and white did equalize near the end. So this was all good. Yeah, the h4 seems misguided. Yeah, and so this was all good. Wow, the computer says we can go d6 here. And then just move the rook. I didn't want this to happen. Computer doesn't care though. Because I guess he gets it anyways, is the point. I can't stop it. Okay. And so I basically transposed this. E5 was a blunder. That's what this part of the graph is. So E5. Oh, just bishop C4 right away. And then he saves this bishop, and it's equal apparently. This was really a problem for me. Could I have stopped? I guess that's the problem with h6, or one of the problems. And how would this have changed things? It wouldn't really have. I guess white just gets that if you play h6. It feels like. Yeah, I normally don't play h6, so I wasn't. So this was h4 was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, so yeah, I can't avoid it. I can't avoid it. There's no stopping it. So yeah, I shouldn't have allowed bishop c4. Instead, it wants to kill our pawn structure. This looked scary though. Then there's rook d8 or taking. I didn't like this. Looked scary though, honestly. Yeah, this is not a simple position. Computer loves black though. Bishop e2? What the hell is this about? Oh, the rook is hanging. That's a weird ass move. Oh my god. What a move, bishop e2. And there's knight d7. Same thing. We can afford to do this because the queen can't leave the defense of the rook. So yeah, it's an awkward position, but it looks like we can't avoid this setup. That's interesting. By the way, h6 was not necessary. Like I could have played, I think, anything. Yeah, I could have just, maybe knight c6 might have been more. Although I don't know if I don't like e4 actually. I don't like white's getting too much play here. I don't like this. Although, yeah, I don't like knight c6 here. That's why I wanted to play knight e4, which is what I did. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. But yeah, this allowed bishop c4. Not the worst move in the world, but black no longer has an advantage. I don't like the best move though. Or at least I don't want to take with the b pawn. I don't want to kill this structure. So I guess rook d8, and then he moves the queen somewhere. Oh, he can't. He's got to keep protecting the rook. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, so maybe this made more sense. But at c7's under attack, so what do I do? Yeah, still a complicated position. Computer is suggesting this. Yeah, this is still very complicated. Huh. Okay, sorry, moving on. This is equal now. And now we're winning. This was a mistake. But it was dangerous still for us. Yeah, so we would have been okay had he started with bishop c4. Yeah, because we can always... Oh, plus I can take... I keep... The whole time, I never saw that he can't move the queen. That's why he's... okay. I kept forgetting about that. Okay. I'm going to end it there. So just as a recap for today's stream, because it's a 2-hour, 45-minute stream, and my voice is getting strained, so I'm going to end it there. I did Puzzle Streak in about half an hour, and then I played how many games? 6 rapid games. Or did I play earlier in the day? I don't think I did. So I played 6. Did I really play 6 games on stream? I must have. Wow. So I played 6 rapid games, 4 wins, 2 losses. Ended a little bit in the green, 21-33. So I'm very at a snail's pace improving my rating. So yeah, very, very slowly I'm improving it. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll be back in about 21 hours from now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. See you soon. Take it easy.